Hi, this is Matt Yetter with Sherlock Home Inspections. Phone number is 971-212-7481. Website address is yourinspectionneeds.com. Today's date is Friday, September 18th, 2020. The address we're inspecting today is 10821 Northeast Thompson Street, Portland, Oregon, 97220. We are about to perform a video inspection of the property's main sewer pipe through the backyard exterior cleanout. The equipment being used today is the Rigid Sea Snake. This is one of the best sewer cameras in the market today. Before we begin this video inspection, it should be noted that some aged sewer pipes made out of clay, concrete, cast iron, asbestos, and Orangeburg may be in good working order and may never have had a clogged or sewer backup before. However, due to real estate transactions, attorneys, and lawsuits, Sherlock Home Inspections must recommend the following to meet the current codes. All sewer pipes should be watertight, made in cast iron ABS 3034 or HDPE pipe, with all appropriate fittings and couplers. All sewer pipes should be free from breaks, offsets, separations, tree roots, valleys, and party sewers. Sherlock Home Inspections recommends replacing any sewer pipe that does not meet these specifications. Here we go. So it looks like we get some good news. So we entered into an older, looks like a 3-inch cast iron pipe. So we entered into an older cast iron pipe on the backyard exterior of the home. So we're seeing things from where they leave the house. And we get some good news, it looks like. So immediately we transition into a modern plastic drain pipe. So the clean out is still cast iron, but immediately we are going right into plastic piping. I'm guessing or assuming that probably some of the cast iron piping under the house, or some of the drain piping under the house, or I'm fairly certain that the drain piping under the house is cast iron. So I think you have to kind of go into this knowing that most likely, you know, at some point the stuff under the slab, under the house, may have to be improved or updated to match the stuff on the exterior of the house. But you have to kind of just wait and see, I guess. But I think realistically going into it knowing that they've already had to replace or update some of the sewer pipe on the outside of the house, and then, you know, that may need to be done under the house at some point. So here we go. We are in the backyard exterior of the house. This is right between the bathroom and the kitchen window on the back of the house. And again, like I said, some good news. We go to plastic piping. I'm going to have to bring it down. I still can't see it good enough. I'm guessing we're going to turn and wrap around and go to the front of the house, so we'll see. We've already taken one turn right. So we are going to start wrapping around towards the front of the house. It looks like you can see there's a tendency for a little bit of buildup to happen, and when that's the case, you know, again, you just have to kind of go into this knowing that the pipes may need maintenance periodically, and maintenance comes in a sewer pipe in the form of like a professional pipe jetting maintenance, where you put some pressurized water and you just kind of blow it all out, and then you get to start fresh again. But there's tendency for some buildup to happen. So we're going to start wrapping around again. So I'm unsure. It almost looks like there could be at least the potential or the possibility of another pipe tying in here. So we'd recommend inquiring with city records for the home just to determine. So we've gone from the backyard looking towards the back fence. We've gone right, and then we've gone right again. As we go right again, it looks like there's possibly another pipe tying in. So before closing, we definitely want to dig and get some more information here. Make sure that we're not on a party line or shared line with a neighbor's house. There aren't any rain drains, and so this just may be a capped off section of pipe. You know, we just don't really know. So, but city records, some sort of records should tell if there is at least the possibility of a party line in this area. We also have a bit of a water belly, but then we pull right out of it there. It's a very minor, but there's a little bit of an area where we go underwater. So we just don't know what that section of piping to the left coming in. And again, it could just be capped off, but we just have no way of knowing. But city records should be able to clear that up, just to make sure there's no party lines in the neighborhood. In most cases in the Portland area, those are having to be separated, and so we just don't want any surprises, unless it's like a pre-approved thing and that's just how they're doing it in the neighborhood. We don't know. Losing the pitch again here, so we have you can see we have a 0 degree pitch there, so we're just kind of flat through this area. The camera head never actually went underwater, so it's just a flat area. We'll be curious to see when we turn off the water on the pullback what the pipe does in that area. If everything just drains right on out, then we're feeling better about things. But again, yeah, you can see the water slow down, so it tends to go a little bit flat there, right on the verge of a belly. Get deep here. We're going to start diving straight down in the ground. Here we are pulling out here. We're going to transition. So we're going to transition to concrete piping. This typically happens right before the sidewalk, but still on the property. In the concrete piping, we're seeing this is a much older than the plastic piping. We're seeing some aging and deterioration, and again, it would just be highly recommended to have a sewer scope performed every 2 to 3 years, keeping an eye on these areas, the older portions of pipe especially. And then we're going to drop into the city lateral at around, we'll call it 79 feet. So this is the end officially of buyer-owner responsibility, about 79 feet away from the house. This is the larger lateral running through the middle of the road out there. This is the pipe that the homes in the neighborhood, at least the homes on the street, are tying into. And again, this is the end officially of buyer-owner responsibility. So there's about 80 feet from the backyard, wrapped around to the front of the yard, and then ending our responsibility. So I would say that the sewer pipe needs some attention in that we need a little bit more information before closing. We want to see if there is a party line, if that pipe is connected to a neighbor's house, or if that's just a capped off pipe. There probably was permits pulled for sewer pipe repair and replacement and all that stuff. So if somebody knows some information about it, I want to see if it's an agreed upon party line, which doesn't happen very often. But again, just as precaution before closing, we want to see if that is a shared line. Really good news that the ABS pipe, or the sewer pipe, for the most part has been updated. At least 75% of the pipe has been updated into modern plastic piping material, so that's really good news. That was a nice expensive repair. There was some marginal pitch, so again, it's recommended. One more reason to just keep an eye on things, so we'd recommend having a sewer scope performed every 2 to 3 years, keeping an eye on stuff. And then, of course, you know, if this is a newer pipe, leveling can happen with the amount of rain that happens in the Northwest, with the amount of weight and pressure on these pipes, settling, shifting, you know, the pipes can change. Just because they're in the ground one way right now doesn't mean that they're going to be that in 5 years from now. So if additional leveling or water bellies ever worsened or anything like that, then of course some repairs could be required in the future. So we're going to turn off the water and the microphone. We're going to drain everything out. We're going to look at the pipe one more time in reverse, paying attention to those areas that were a little bit flat.